Greetings, my students, and welcome to this video section of the Alkanols series. We have talked about so many things in this series. Very good with the fact that we are about to round off the series. This is the last video, the final video of the Alkanols series. I'm going to round off the series with some descriptions based on the topic. Before we start, if you have not subscribed to this channel, click on that subscribe button there and tap the notification bell there so that when we post the next series we want to start, you'll be notified. Let us round off the topic. I want to summarize alkanols by talking about ethanol. I'll give you some key points on this ethanol. Ethanol is a representative of all alkanols. Well, we have also methanol. Methanol is what you find in, if you know methylated spirit, that one is used in treating wounds. What it contains is methanol. So that one is on its own. I want us to quickly discuss ethanol. Now, as you know, from all our discussions, ethanol is C2H5OH. It's a very important compound, organic compound, industrially. But I want to first talk about the preparations of ethanol. How do we get ethanol in the laboratory? How do we manufacture ethanol? There are different ways of manufacturing them, but I will talk about some of them. Like number one, you can get it through what we call hydrolysis of alkanoids or esters. You can use sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is called caustic soda. This is caustic soda, okay? Two, you can get it from what we call hydration of ethene. Ethene. Then you can get it from what we call fermentation of glucose. I want to discuss, there are some I want to talk about. Very important. Fermentation of glucose. You can get it from fermentation of glucose. You can get it from sucrose and from starch. Now, I've just listed 5 methods of making ethanol. Okay, I'm going to base this discussion on this, and this. So you pay attention while we use this to round off the topic. So number one, how do we get ethanol from glucose? Number one, so getting ethanol from glucose. So ethanol from glucose. Let's discuss. Now, if you get glucose, I'm going to be very concise about it so that we can make this video short. If you have glucose, to undergo what we call fermentation, the process is called fermentation. Okay, once glucose undergoes fermentation, it forms ethanol. But there is an enzyme that is responsible for that fermentation. Please take note of that name. I'll write it now. The enzyme responsible for fermentation of glucose to form ethanol is called zymase. Take note of this. The zymase converts glucose to what? Ethanol. Take note. I'm being very concise about it. Then the second one, ethanol from starch. Okay, let me do from glucose first. Okay, no, from sucrose. Ethanol from sucrose. You know sucrose. Sucrose is the sugar we get from sugarcane. You know that extract. When you get sugarcane, the liquid inside sugarcane is made of sucrose. Okay, so sucrose. If you get sucrose, for sucrose to give you ethanol, it undergoes two processes. Sucrose undergoes a process called hydrolysis. Take note, to produce glucose, and glucose will now undergo fermentation to give you ethanol. Have you seen it? Now, there are enzymes that are responsible for this. There is an enzyme that converts sucrose to glucose. The name of that enzyme is invertase. Take note, invertase is the enzyme that converts glucose to sucrose. Then already you know this one. The enzyme that converts glucose to ethanol is zymase. Take note. So how do you get ethanol from sucrose? It undergoes hydrolysis with an enzyme called invertase to form glucose. Then glucose undergoes some fermentation to form ethanol. And finally, in this video, let me explain how you can get ethanol from starch. Let's talk about it. For starch to give us ethanol, it undergoes three stages, three processes. So starch undergoes the first process to form what we call maltose. Maltose. Are we good? The maltose will undergo, okay, it's even four processes, four. Maltose will undergo another process to form glucose. Then glucose will now undergo the one you know already to form ethanol. Now let's name the processes. From starch to maltose is called decomposition. So when starch undergoes decomposition, it forms what? Maltose. The enzyme responsible for this is amylase. Take note of this. Amylase converts starch to maltose. Then from maltose to glucose is called hydrolysis. All right? The enzyme responsible for that is called maltase. Then this is one you know very well already. From glucose to ethanol is fermentation. You know that one already. Then the enzyme responsible is what? Zymase. So you can complete this one by yourselves. Okay? So from glucose to ethanol is fermentation. The enzyme responsible is zymase. Now, this is the summary of Alkanols. And this is the end of the Alkanol series. I want to thank you for following from video 1 to the last video. And we want to start another series. What you do is that if you have not subscribed to this channel, click on that subscribe button there. Then tap on that bell icon so that when we post the next series, you'll be notified. At the same time, this Alkanol is the first topic of the SS2 scheme of work according to Nigeria's curriculum. We'll be opening the next topic, the next series, which is periodic table. That's what we're opening next. Okay, so thank you very much for sticking with us and then learning this. I hope we have illuminated your understanding as far as Alkanols as a topic is concerned. So thank you very much, and then check around it for the next series.